Alrighty, ongoing coverage here for day 5, and here we go with the fancy graphic for our Ozeki Kirishima. There he is. He's taking on Abi today, and this is an interesting one. When you look at their head-to-head, I was able to look up the statistic right before I started my coverage because I was interested to see how they had fought against each other, and it's a 5-4 head-to-head with the 5 wins going the way of the Ozeki, 4 wins for Abi. And the last time they met, Kirishima was the winner. But before that, Abi beat him 3 times in a row. So it's been very much a seesaw, back and forth type of, kind of like streaks. Kirishima won a bunch, when he was still Kiribayama, and then Abi won a bunch, and then the last time they fought, Kirishima was the winner. But it doesn't really, and pretty tight, 5-4. It's not like one has been really dominant against the other. But I thought it was interesting that Abi beat him 3 times in a row before the most recent meeting they had. So this is a good test for Kirishima. He does have that 1 loss, but you would assume yesterday, of course, you would assume he wants to bounce back today, get a win, get back on a winning streak. There's former Ozeki Koto Oshu there, sitting next to Hoshoru as he awaits his match coming up next. And Abi, the Maegashira 2, who obviously was recently at the rank of Komusubi, but only got a 6-9 in November, has had a terrible start to his tournament right now. He is 0-4 with losses to both Sekewake, Daisho, and Kotonowaka on day 1, day 2. He lost to the Yokozuna on day 3, Fuji. And then yesterday he lost to Hokuto Fuji. So Abi just not finding a way to win. So this would not be an upset, I don't think, considering their history. And Abi is certainly a very skilled Rikishi, but record-wise, it would be an upset if the 0-4 man beat the 3-1 man here. So we shall see if that takes place. Okay, I think that's it for me. There he is, all black circles, so he wants to introduce a white circle there, and it would be a great win for him to get it over Kirishima here on day 5. All right, 2 matches after this to go, but I've had a few bonus matches for you today, so that's good. I'll give you the winners and losers from the very beginning of the day, probably in the next video. And tomorrow, Friday, day 6, I will be able to be home for full coverage, so really full coverage Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I'm happy about that, and I'm glad you're watching the channel with me. So give the video a thumbs up if you haven't thought about that already. It helps. It doesn't really do much for me. I never put ads on these videos, right, on YouTube, but it does help, spread the videos, and maybe people that want to find out about sumo, it'll pop up in their feed if it gets a lot of likes, and some new people can come to the channel and start enjoying sumo like you did at some point when you discovered my channel. Okay, here we go.
踏み込んだのは霧島です。阿部が突っ張っていく、いました。出ていく阿部だ。阿部が出ていく。
Oh, he's out. Oh, wow. Did Kirishima step out?
勝ちました。連敗をなんとかしませんでした。斜めの砂に。
Well, no mono E, so I don't think so.
いや、ヒヤヒヤしましたね。
危なかったですよね。今のは余裕はなかったと思いますよ。やっぱりギリギリ残せたという感じなんですか。
Let's watch his feet.
だけ踏み込んだのは霧島でした。ただ阿炎もよく手が動いています。右足も残して、ここですね。足が
No, he was in.
出てますね。はい。
All right, clear win for Kirishima. So bounces back from his loss yesterday to go to 4-1 now, And Abi just floundering a bit at 0-5. Gonoyama for Kirishima tomorrow. So Gonoyama is going to get beat up by the Ozeki today and tomorrow. We'll see if he can get a win against Hoshoru coming up next. And speaking of Hoshoru, Abi has Hoshoru tomorrow. So he's also got a bunch of tough opponents in a row. And it's going to be tough for him to get that first win. Okay, come on back.